Welcome back. Filling your car and scooter tank has gotten more expensive again. Petrol and the diesel prices have been hiked once more. Adding to the burden to the common citizen, petrol prices have gone up by 2.61 rupees per litre, while the diesel prices have risen by 2.71 rupees per litre. In the national capital, if you go to the petrol pump right now to get your tank filled, petrol will cost you 102.12 per litre and diesel will be costing you around 95.20 per litre is what we're learning. And this is now the fourth time that the fuel prices have been hiked. The first major hike came on 15th of May when the petrol and the diesel prices were hiked by 3 rupees. And after that, there were smaller hikes of about 0.90 paisa each on 19th of May and 23rd of May, pushing the prices even higher in the national capital. And now another sharp increase that has come into effect. Fourth hike in the last 12 days is what we are learning. Let me also go across to market expert Sharad Kohli. Thanks so much for connecting with us. This is linked to the war in West Asia. We've spoken to many of the experts. They are saying that this was inevitable. This could not have been avoided. Is there a possibility of the petrol and the diesel prices increasing even more if the war continues?
Good morning, Akanksha, to you and the viewers. I think this can cause a bit of an uproar as far as people is concerned, because people are concerned because, you know, this will have a severe cascading effect now. 2 rupees 71 paisa for diesel is going to particularly impact, the retail price inflation, or retail inflation as called CPI popularly. I think the solution here now lies in the VAT being reduced by states. And some of the states are charging very high amount of VAT. They can negate the impact of this price rise by reducing VAT. That's one solution. Second solution is that GST council meeting should be called immediately. And with 21 to 22 states under NDA right now, I think there should be a conscious decision taken to bring petrol and diesel under GST, another lower rate, which can probably bring down the prices. Also, Akanksha, I would like to comment here because the Brent prices, as I see now, are below 100. They've gone down. So I think things could have been handled better from here, because if this is being done in a piecemeal manner, then obviously you're trying to keep an eye on how the crude is behaving. Well, the crude has, fortunately been down by below 100 at this point of time. So this could have been avoided because I think also I feel psychologically speaking, when you do these repeated, price hikes, people keep getting reminded of the previous one. And, 4 in about 10 days or so can be a bit too much to handle. And also, I have a suggestion here for the government. I'm sure somebody out in the government must be listening to you and me right now, which is that there are a number of developmental and welfare schemes going on at this point of time. I'm talking of the fiscal position. So some of them can be kept on hold for now, which are low on priority, because extraordinary times, they call for extraordinary measures. I think that applies both ways. So some of them can be kept on hold, and the amount saved can be used to cushion the common man, because inflation, if it goes up, is going to impact the growth of the country. GDP is going to be impacted. 55 to 60% of our economy comprises of consumption when me and you go and buy goods and services. So I think demand is going to be impacted, which will impact jobs, because the capacity, there'll be surplus capacity in factories, there might be layoffs. So this was totally avoidable. I have a completely different view here, because repeated hikes are not looking very good as far as people. And I think government will have to face the wrath of opposition, because there's going to be a lot of uproar now on what is being done here. And all the good work done by the oil marketing companies for the first 76 days, Akanksha. Right. I think that will get undone is what I feel.
Absolutely, because some of the experts are calling this inevitable. You are saying that this was quite avoidable. But in the last 12 days, we have seen that the petrol prices have gone up by around 7.5 rupees per litre. How will this affect the households? And I want to understand from you, are these price hikes temporary, or are we entering a phase of the sustained high of fuel costs in the country?
Well, the answer to the last part of your question, Akanksha, lies categorically on how the crude oil prices behave. Well, they can be reversed as well. But then as far as impact is concerned, food delivery, transportation, just about everything is going to be impacted. And now people are feeling that the prime ministerial appeals which were made, some time ago, about work from home, online classes, and so on and so forth, whether that was a warning or an appeal, because people are starting to feel that if this was in the offing in such a big manner, then probably this is a indirect message to probably stay home and not to use your vehicles. And, you take common man's budget. Somebody who earns, let's say, 50,000 rupees a month and spends, let's say, 40,000 or 45,000 rupees on household, groceries, transportation. I think the cascading impact will take away either his savings, or he's probably going to jump over his incomes as well. So this will, because petrol and diesel is something which is either directly impacting you and also indirectly impacting you. So I really don't think this is looking good, Akanksha, because this will definitely, cause a lot of uproar amongst the countrymen.
Absolutely. This is definitely going to pinch the pockets. One last question before I let you go. India imports most of the crude. So do you think India's dependence on the imported crude has now become a major economic risk for the country?
Well, undoubtedly, if 87 to 88% Akanksha of our crude requirement is being imported as of now, that is quite understandable. But that's been the case for a very, very long time. So I'm, switching to renewable energy like solar, electric vehicles is not an overnight job. I mean, fine, the sale of electric vehicles we might see shooting up from here, but then you can't change that overnight. So I thought for these 2-3 months, what the government could have done is, and I'm sure my solution is very, very doable, because just prepare a list of all the welfare and developmental schemes, take out about 50,000 to 100,000 crores from that, cushion people, let this not start impacting people. So I think the oil marketing companies, after doing so well for first 76 days, earning so many brownie points from people that when Australia to America, Europe to Africa, the prices were going up. India had saved the best, but I think all the good work is now sort of getting undone. And I think the oil marketing companies will be under sharp criticism from here on, is what I feel.
So it remains to be seen how this really pans out. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us and putting that into perspective. Let's also tell you about the reason why this is happening, because India imports most of the crude. So when international rates, they crossed $100 per barrel mark, state oil companies had to gradually pass on the costs via the hikes that we have seen in the last 12 days. Listen into the reactions coming in.
सब चीज़ के बढ़ रहे हैं, इसलिए लगता है कि चलो सब कुछ तो बढ़ना ही है ना। कम क्या हो रहा है इस गवर्नमेंट में, बता दो आप। आपके पास है कुछ जिसका प्राइस कम हुआ है? तो फिर कोई नई बात तो है ही नहीं, पेट्रोल बढ़ गया तो।
All right, so you just heard the reaction coming in from the consumers there. In fact, they are saying that they have no other options. They were anticipating that there would be another petrol and the diesel price hike as well. Many of the experts that we spoke to, they said that one of them said that it was inevitable. Another one said that this was something that could have been avoided by the government. But the latest rise in the petrol and the diesel prices is directly linked to the war that is going on in West Asia because of the blocking of the Strait of Hormuz. This is something that we can see as a ripple effect. After the conflict in West Asia escalated, international crude prices shot up from around $70 per barrel to well above $120 per barrel, putting massive pressure on the state-owned oil companies here in the country, because India imports nearly 90% of the crude oil. So every single jump in the global oil prices that rapidly pushes up the cost of the fuel at the refinery gates. For months, the government had kept the retail prices largely unchanged, effectively absorbing the loss through subsidies and the lower excise collection as well. But as the financial strain crossed thousands of crores per month, the government has finally allowed the phased hike that we had seen in the last few days, 3 rupees first, followed by a 90 paisa twice, and now once again it has gone up by 2.61 as far as the petrol is concerned. We'll keep getting you more updates on this and the political reactions as well. Let me now take you straight across to our website, digital website, timesnownews.com, and take you through the top stories of the day. The top story is the Iran deal that is nearing as the Middle East moves forward, the closure and the statement that has also come in from Donald Trump and Iran, in fact, both taking a softer tone when it comes to the war at this point in time, saying that he has now had a very professional and productive relationship. And also, let's take you through the visit of Marco Rubio, U.S. Secretary Secretary of State to India. And in fact, in the latest, he said that there might be a good news soon when it comes through the Strait of Hormuz. And that would also affect the fuel prices back in India as well. So all eyes will be on that. White House shooter claimed that he was God. You should read this article to find out what the mentality of this shooter really was. He was shot dead when he tried to, in fact, attack the security personnel at the White House gate yesterday. The Cockroach Janata Party using backup X account. You should read all these articles, not just from the country, but around the world. The latest, the entertainment, India, sports, business, world, lifestyle, tech. And if you play pickleball, then you should read the top articles are related to pickleball, as we have exclusive stories lined up for you here as well. Tennis failed them, pickleball did not. How players are rediscovering this particular game. So read all these articles only on Times Now digital website, timesnownews.com. And with this, we're taking a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.